In our last clip, we left off discussing how to build your diagnostic assessments. This is a short assessment where you're assessing not only the standards that you need students to master, but also the prerequisite skills. So after you give the diagnostic, this is where the magic happens. You're definitely going to use this to create your small groups, your below group, on level group, and above group. You also want to take some time to share the results of this diagnostic with your class. This can be a powerful tool in helping focus and motivate students and creating that culture of achievement in our classrooms. We will share with them what we know, what our whole class did well on, areas we need to focus. We might share things that surprised us as a teacher, and then we'll share and be very open and transparent with students about what each small group will be working on. We can also create goals and post them in our class. I'll share some examples of how students post goals for each small group and then monitor each small group's progress throughout the unit also. So once we have this diagnostic and we've created our groups, we want to begin to think about how to fit this practice into our daily math classroom. We're going to think about a few different components, including whole class mini lessons, teamwork or cooperative group work, small group instruction, independent work, time for daily review, and then also time for a daily check for understanding. We want to remind everyone that when we create these groups, we want to be aggressively placing students. If we don't aggressively place them into small group, then it's difficult to identify misunderstandings. So you certainly don't want to have a small group lesson planned where everybody already knows how to do it. You're stretching them and asking them to take it to the next level. And if you aggressively place a student and it's just a little bit too hard, you can always backfill and individualize practice or one-on-one time with them as needed. Here is what a math classroom that's leveraging small groups may look like. So this teacher's given a diagnostic and she has 7 students below, 13 on level, and 5 above. And these are all aggressively placed students. So this is what the rotation may look like for a below grade level student. They're going to begin with whole group with everyone, and then their first rotation is with the teacher. This is a great practice because typically these are my students who I need to get going. I need to backfill or reteach a little bit of what I taught in my mini lesson. Oops. I need to spend a little time doing some skill like practice or filling in the gaps. And then I'm going to prep them for their independent work so that they're successful. They move to independent work next, and then their last rotation is to their cooperative group work. For my on-level students, I am going to start them off in their cooperative group work. Maybe they're doing games, they're practicing problem solving together. Then they'll move to me. With this group, I want to make sure I'm including fluency practice, as well as doing a quick review of the skill from that day. And then I'm going to begin their independent work with them, or I'm going to have them bring their independent work from the day before and we'll work through misconceptions. And then they go to independent practice. For my above level group, they're going to start off working independently. I'm going to give them something a little bit more challenging, or they're going to be doing a math journal. Then they'll do cooperative group work, and finally they'll come to me. These are my students who are more independent. They're going to engage with math a little bit better independently, so I'm going to see them last. It's important to note that with this group, I am going to definitely be reviewing the independent work from that day always. So bring your work. We'll do a quick correction, work through any misunderstandings. Then I may need to reteach a skill if there's a big misunderstanding. And finally, I am providing them with an enrichment lesson that is reaching them to the next grade level Common Core standards. And then we all end whole group. And this is where I'll do a review. Today we learned about, here's what we practiced, and then a quick exit ticket.